Stop burying your talent. Stop waiting for someone else to validate what heaven already assigned you to. The kingdom of God, it advances not just through ideas that are sitting in your journal. It advances when bold believers take what God gave them and we multiply it. It is a indispensable, critical principle, multiplication. And if you'll do that, you won't just build a business, you're going to build Goshen. Let me ask you something. Let's get real. How many of you have ever said these kinds of self-limiting things like, I'm just not sure this business idea is from God? What if I launch something and I fail? Said that, been there. What if you've said, I'll just wait. Let's just wait for a prophetic word. Let's wait on the Lord. Let's wait for another prophetic word to confirm it. And then you wait and you wait. Basically, it's not holy principle. You're burying the very thing that God has asked you to multiply. And I want to help you break that today. I want to help you get your breakthrough. Here is the truth. Most Christians aren't paralyzed because of a lack of talent. They're paralyzed because of fear. This is the sneaky pocket of wrestling inside each of us. Fear. Fear is a destroyer of destiny. Fear of failure, fear of getting it wrong, fear that your idea isn't spiritual enough. But nothing in the kingdom works unless somebody takes responsibility to make it work. Here's the thing. Jesus already addressed this exact problem in the parable of the talents. And so if you're the kind of person you've been doubting your idea or you've been waiting for someone else to confirm it, this video is for you. Because when you really get this revelation and you really, really understand your assignment is actually a divine responsibility to multiply, then everything shifts. This is the life of the Spirit. Jesus did things out of such shocking audacity. That is the life of the Spirit. It is the life of multiplication. So listen here, in Matthew 25, it is actually this parable of the talents. It is actually the story of three entrepreneurs. And as you know, a master gave each one a measure of talent. He gave them talents. That's practical, physical resources filled with potential, filled with opportunity. Two of them multiplied it. One buried it in the ground. And why? Out of fear. And here's what's wild. Jesus called the servant who buried his talent wicked and lazy. Not because he was just outright disobeying the law of God. And it wasn't because he didn't pray, it's because he did nothing with what he was given. Laziness this is what it says actually in Ecclesiastes 10. Through laziness, the building decays, and through idleness of hands, the house leaks. So you will have to use the force of diligence. Its naked name is hard work. You'll have to kill fear. There's a holy violence needed for this. This is not for the soft. And your business idea, you must know, it is not meant to die in your notebook. We can't allow that. And that's what this session is about today. God is the God who didn't just give you breath, he gave you creativity. And your creativity is your talent. This is your offer to the marketplace. This is your ideas. This is your ability to solve problems in the marketplace. And it is not an optional thing for you to multiply it. This is your assignment. So how is it done? Well, flowing in spirit-led creativity is the manner of the kingdom entrepreneur. The way of the carnal man is filling his time. So the manner of doing it is flowing in spirit-led creativity, not just filling your time. And the sad reality is most of us try to build only from the finite time that we have, and we end up trading hours for dollars. We grind harder and we burn out. But kingdom entrepreneurs know how to flow in spirit-led creativity, not just flow in the time allotment they have. And your creativity, your offer can multiply even while you sleep. This is wealth production. So that's exactly the principle that we've used to build Goshen. When I stepped into Goshen's leadership, it wasn't just about my time or my platform. It was about multiplying what we already had and creating new streams that could serve more people without adding more hours. That's how Goshen reached thousands of students and help believers create millions in online revenue. Not because we're the smartest or perfect, but because we understood kingdom multiplication. So the next principle for you is to understand you've got to stop waiting for confirmation. You've got to get rid of that procrastination. Let me say something hard. Some of you are burying your talent. This is the Bible teaching. You're burying it while waiting for this prophetic word, waiting for a pastor, a prophet, or some big moment of validation to green light your business idea. But the Bible already green lit you. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he'll have an abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he does not have will be taken away from him. Like literally what you do not have, it's going away. It's like a double negative there in Matthew 25. So, you don't need another confirmation. You don't need more credentials. You need to understand God chooses the foolish things to confound the wise. You are his candidate. Even the frailties that you have been given by your human design are of divine design so that you can rely upon the Spirit's power. What you do need to do is act in faith with what God already placed in your hand. And here are the keys. The keys to multiply what God gave you. How do you do this? How do you actually see it multiply with what he gave you? I'm going to give you three things. Number one is start with what you have. It seems so simple, but you've got to stop disqualifying your small beginnings. God multiplies seeds, not just the ideas that are flying in your head. Secondly, package it into creativity. It's your knowledge, it's your story. Somewhere you went through a dark season and you got out. Others are still in it. Somewhere you went through trauma and you healed. Others are still in trauma. Somewhere you went from conscious ignorance of an area and you developed a degree of mastery. Others are still ignorant. Give them the mastery that they need. So it's your knowledge, it's your story, it's your process. That's immensely valuable. So put it now into an offer that people can access without you being present 24/7. And then thirdly, leverage systems. The kingdom of God is a system. It operates on systems and frameworks. You've got to adopt your system. You've got to have a system to be able to create this. You can use AI, you can use digital products, you can use simple platforms, but these will extend your reach far beyond your time capacity. And this is not hype. This is a matter of stewardship. So what I want you to do ultimately is this. I want you to think about how will you know if your idea is from God? Think about this. How do you know? The truth, if he put creativity in you, you already have permission to multiply it. Now move with the Jesus kind of audacity. And what I really want you to take away from this finally today is simply this: you'll never walk on water if you don't get out of the boat. That's what I want you to take away. You can't see a supernatural supply if you won't steward the seed. In order for you to see seed grow and multiply, you've got to employ the seed. And you will never step into overflow if you keep treating your ideas like they're optional. They are not. We, the market, we need you to be you so that we can have the solutions to our problems. And heaven is definitely not confused about your assignment. Maybe you are, but today's your day of breakthrough. And you've got to get out of that delay. It's costing people their deliverance. The kingdom suffers when you're hiding your oil. Know that fear is a thief. Laziness is like a slow death. And hesitation is just rebellion dressed in righteous robes. There are truly souls connected to your assignment, and there are destinies waiting on your diligence. Literally, spiritually speaking, mountains waiting for your voice to speak. And the creation, Romans 8 says, waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. Truly, we are waiting on you. Please arise and shine. Get clear, multiply what he gave you. It's not about business. This is actually about obedience.